Hey guys, SuperHorrorBro Mike here, and welcome to part 2 of this Resident Evil Village Monsters Explained miniseries. In the previous video, we took a tour of Castle Dimitrescu and met Alcina and her unhinged daughters along the way. Today we move into the lair of creepy dollmaker and second lord of this haunting land, Lady Donna Beneviento. So sit back, relax, and let's take a tour of this spooky house and its associated horrors. Much like houses Dimitrescu, Moreau, and Heisenberg, House Beneviento descended from the Berengario. These were an ancient race of mutants who, according to local legend, had once maintained rule over the surrounding village. It was for this reason that mastermind Mother Miranda had used these 4 houses as a council to control the region, while she searched for a perfect host specimen to resurrect her lost daughter Eva. Miranda had first attempted to implant the Kadu parasite in Donna's sister Bernadette during the 1950s. However, the procedure killed the child, and out of grief, Donna's parents took their own lives. Now existing as a child without a family, Donna was racked with anxiety and grief. In a sick twist of fate, Mother Miranda adopted the child and watched over her as she grew. Donna became a recluse and would no longer speak with anyone, becoming obsessed with a doll named Angie, which her father had crafted before his passing. Over time, Donna used her Angie doll as a means of communicating with others, speaking to them through the wooden puppet.
Don't leave. I can't let you.
You're still alive, huh? Tick-tock. Your life, son, alive.
Wait!
As she grew to adulthood, Donna continued her father's work. Locked away inside the old Beneviento house, a secluded manor situated on a cliffside far beyond the village walls, Donna devoted herself to the art of doll making, creating a new family from the wood she carved. During this time period, it seems Mother Miranda approached Donna and implanted her with the Kadu, hoping she would become a suitable host for Eva. Due to her underdeveloped and unbalanced mental state, Donna was deemed a failure. However, unlike her sister Bernadette, she was not killed by the Kadu. So Miranda allowed Donna to keep her estate and even granted her a seat on the council alongside her other children, as she affectionately refers to these failed test subjects. And so Donna, Angie, and the other dolls continued to live inside the old Beneviento house, and this is where Ethan fell into their trap while searching for his daughter Rosemary. As Ethan journeys toward the Beneviento estate, he begins to experience weird visions. He catches glimpses of his wife Mia and their baby girl Rose.
Ethan.
What?
Ethan, come with me. There's something I have to tell you.
Mia? What's going on?
Rose feels different. Ethan, you have to fix her.
What the hell is this?
Everyone leaves me. Even Rose. I don't want to be alone.
These cruel and disturbing hallucinations persist throughout the Beneviento house as Ethan explores its grounds. They culminate in the game's most terrifying moment, where after following an umbilical cord through a series of tight corridors, Ethan comes face to face with a gigantic baby fetus crying out for his comfort. Ethan must run and hide from this baby, as if it catches up to him, it will devour him whole. If we examine the baby, we can see it is not properly formed and looks almost alien in appearance. Its mouth is long and wide, its eyes swollen and black, and arms and legs long and twisted as it crawls about, leaving a slimy trail in its wake. However, much like the other illusions Ethan faces during his short stay in the house, this baby isn't real. Rather, it is yet another hallucination brought on by Donna. So, how is she doing this? Well, from notes found around the house, we discover this flowery plant grows in abundance around the Beneviento estate, and is the source of these visions. The pollen given off by these flowers acts as a hallucinogenic, this a result of the plants being infected by the mutamycete growing beneath the village, allowing Donna to easily manipulate poor Ethan's mind. The baby representing his fear for his own daughter Rose, as he was worried that she may be infected with a mold virus and one day become a monster herself. He was kind of right on that one, but his visual interpretation was way off. We've touched on Donna's pride and joy, the Angie doll. It was through this doll she chose to communicate with the outside world after the tragedy that befell her family in the 1950s. When looking at Angie, we see she wears bridal attire and has a slim, feminine build. Her face is cracked and upon close inspection seems to resemble the Beneviento family crest, made up from a sun and half moon. Angie and the other dolls found within the house are able to move by themselves, as they were implanted by pieces of Donna's Kadu parasite. We can see this at key points in the game, as the tendrils of the Kadu rise up from inside Angie's faceplate. Because of this parasitic implant, the dolls can communicate with the Kadu inside the human host Donna, and therefore she is able to move them about freely using her mind, as if they are possessed. Angie taunts Ethan at every turn during his nightmarish journey through the dollmaker's house.
I've been waiting for so long. I'd make a much better daughter than Rose. Please, won't you stay with me forever?
What? Wait, where's my gun?
Eventually, Ethan is forced to play a deadly game of hide and seek with Angie, stabbing her with a pair of scissors each time he locates her.
You do this to Rose too.
Failing to do so grants us with the following bone-chilling death sequence. Eventually, it is revealed that this struggle has been another of Donna's flower-based illusions. Ethan deals the killing blow to Angie and destroys the Kadu inside Donna simultaneously.
Stupid idiot! What are you doing to my cute friends?
Now, given how easily Ethan manages to kill Donna, simply stabbing her with a regular household appliance, it suggests she is by far the weakest of the lords, at least physically. Unmasked, we now see that Donna has an abscess-like growth across her right eye as a result of the parasite within her head. This is almost certainly why this puppet master chose to hide behind a veil, uncomfortable with her facial scarring. There is one more enemy type we haven't yet touched on, a giant ogre-like creature who inhabits the Beneviento estate, but is completely optional and easily missable during a playthrough. First, a little more context on the location this battle takes place within, and how it adds additional information to Donna Beneviento's tragic backstory. The location of the ogre battle is this gravesite, found just before taking the elevator up to the dollmaker's house. In 1987, it appears Donna may have given birth to a daughter herself, a child who only lived for 9 years, passing away in the year 1996. A message on the tombstone above her grave reads as follows: "Freed from the binds of flesh, she now walks the valley of death." It is uncertain who the child's father may have been, or even if Donna was for certain the mother, but this point does seem likely, especially given the care and attention paid to this gravesite and the cluster of dolls lovingly placed around it. When we repair the gravestone, it is revealed the child's name was Claudia. This explains why such a brutish monster watches over this location. Leaping down from the surrounding woodland, this giant stands at 10 feet tall and wields a gargantuan battle axe. Its skin is charred and covered in scars and boils. Chains are wrapped around its legs as if it has escaped from imprisonment. It's likely this was another test subject of Mother Miranda. Strangely, we don't get a good look at this ogre-like giant in the figure menu, so it's hard to take a proper look at it, but nonetheless, here's a small snippet of gameplay from the encounter. With the giant defeated, we can now move on, and about time too. I don't know about you guys, but I've had quite enough of giant babies and killer dolls for one lifetime. In the next video, we'll venture into the murky waters of Salvatore Moreau's reservoir and take a look at his lichen army along the way. But for now, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, remember to leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for more horror related content. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.